No more trash in the water, keep the river clean. Let we preserve for the future, keep the river clean. Hey, the time to act is now. So what we gonna do? We are the guardians of the river, let we start anew. Pollution ain't no joke. Let we fix what we broke, so we can bust our river line again. Dumping from chemicals, no we not in that. Washing cars up the stream, no we not in that. Let's clean up pollution. We have a solution. Next to for river, the envy of the nation. I tell you, please keep the river clean. I beg you, please keep the river clean. No more trash in the water, keep the river clean. Let we preserve for the future, keep the river clean. Hey, tell your neighbor, tell a friend, tell let it continue again. It's our responsibility, protect the environment. A healthy river is healthy you. And Mother Nature calling out to you. I tell you, sand mining river beds, no we not in that. Ross who wage in the streams, no we not in that.
Sufre, good morning. Sufre, good morning to all the listeners who are joining us via Facebook, on YouTube, and on live stream online. Good morning and welcome to another episode of Flowing Clean. Flowing Clean is brought to you by the Flowing Clean project that Waterways is implementing with the Sufre Regional Development Foundation as a co-funding agency and an implementing partner. And it is being funded by the Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program through the ProCarry Plus project. Today, I don't have very much to bring to you for this episode as we are in the Christmas season, but we do have two exciting giveaways for the Christmas season. Let me just give you first off a brief rundown of our achievements for this project to date. I have been neck deep in getting our project report completed, and it is going to be submitted very, very shortly. And we are gearing up for quite a few more activities going full steam ahead in January. So for this past year, Flowing Clean, this project, it's aimed at getting the Sufre community, residents, visitors, persons who work here, to play their part in cleaning up the Sufre River to get it to flow clean again. This project is a 18-month project, and it is going to be ending in December 2026. December next year, about this time, we will be closing up the project. The project has 10 components, and it ranges from community activism, where we have persons in the community monitoring the river with the Adopt a River component. We will be implementing a little boom to try to intercept trash from entering the Sufre River. We also have community engagements, community meetings. We've done some meetings with several communities from Fonjalib, Etangs, Chateau Belle, Wavinclay, Zenon. Well, we're going to Wavinclay, Zenon, Bouton, and we've done all of town, as well as Barons Drive, Palmis, New Development, Wingsville area, Foncaco area. We all invited them to attend these community meetings. Our other activities include setting up a composting facility and exploring doing some biodiesel generation from used cooking oil to stop cooking oil from going into the Sufre River, and for persons to be able to earn a little bit of money from recycling the used cooking oil. We also have other components that include a charter. We want persons who sign on to the charter to say that they will play their part, pledge to play their part in keeping the Sufre River clean. And one of the prizes that I'm going to give out today is for somebody to tell me how many persons have signed on to the charter online. And let me call out the numbers for you to call: 459-7885, 459-7888, and 730-5388. 459-7885, 459-7888, and 730-5388. We also have other components that include a sewage symposium, where we will be inviting persons who are from funding agencies to attend a meeting where we'll be presenting the options for managing sewage in Sufre, and to allow persons to the funding agencies, that is, to select an option that they want to work with a group in Sufre that they want to implement this project. We also will be looking at a marine trash management system in conjunction with the foundation, SMMA, and the Global Cruise Port Holdings, and we will be implementing that come next year. We will also be doing a perception survey. That one will be going out very early in January, and we are seeking for some young persons to become the enumerators. We will be doing a training in the first week of January. We'll be training enumerators for them to go out into the communities and to fill out the perception survey for us to get an idea, a sense of where Suferians are, how do they feel about the Sufre River. And we will also be doing a epidemiology survey looking at persons who have cancer, where they live. We are going to be mapping that out. And if we see in disease mapping, if we see anything of concern, that of course will be brought to the attention of all the relevant authorities. We have concluded our first round of water quality testing, and the results will be published very early in the year, next year. Looking at the results of the water testing, we sent some samples for testing through a lab, Complete Analytical Services with Mr. Karim Shalmine. We send those samples out for testing, and we have the report that we will be sharing with relevant authorities and with the communities as well when we do our community meetings. I will also be speaking about it, inviting him back onto the show for us to discuss the results and to let you know what these results are showing and what trends we are following based on what our testing was the last time we did the project in Wavinclay area. We also will be looking at several other new initiatives to try to engage the community. We'll be doing a mural, painting a mural on the wall of the Old Girls Primary School. We also hope to install a billboard of the project to inform persons about the project as well. And there will be a grant, micro grants for communities in Sufre who will be able to apply to this, to the committee for funding for them to do improvement works in the community. So we will be announcing the community grants very, very soon. As soon as we get the other grant, we had to apply for a co-funding grant from the St. Lucia National Conservation Fund. And as soon as we have signed that MOU and we have received the disbursement of funds, we will go ahead with making the announcement for community groups to apply to the Sufre River Systems Management Committee for them to get access to the grants to do some improvements in the community as it pertains to the waterways, the water courses, the ravines, the river in their respective communities. And we want all communities in Sufre to apply. So if you are a member of a group, you can start thinking of projects that you want and for you all to come to the meeting when we have the call for the proposals, and we will be training persons on doing those proposals as well. We will be holding your hand and guiding you along the way so that you can learn the process. And hopefully, the hope is that once we are done with this grant, that groups will be empowered for them to apply to the Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program, to GEF Small Grants, for them to undertake some bigger projects on their own. So we wanted to start off with this small community micro grant, and then for them to be able to graduate to apply for funding for more money from the GEF Small Grants. GEF Small Grants funds goes from $5,000 for a planning grant up to $50,000 for the grant. So we will be guiding persons, guiding groups in that application process for first our micro grant and then for them to graduate onto the bigger grant if they so choose to. So in this, the festive season, we are done with elections. Let me congratulate once again all the persons who won, all the persons who made all the efforts to promote or to support the candidates. We are all St. Lucians, and I would love for us to move forward as a community. And the district representative that we have elected is working not just for the persons who supported her, but also for the entire community, whether you voted or you did not vote, and it does not matter who you voted for. Our district reps are representing the entire community, and the Prime Minister is representing the entire island. So let us put aside our partisan politics and let us focus on working for our community in getting the work done that we need to for our livelihoods, for our well-being, for ourselves, our health, for our children and our grandchildren and the future generations to come. For us on the Flowing Clean project, we are going to be offering today two prizes. Nobody has won the previous one, which is still up for grabs, which is dinner or lunch at Gourmet Restaurant, a gift voucher for Gourmet Restaurant. And we're also now offering as a second prize today a photo shoot, compliments of George Photography. And I will allow the lines to be opened. And for the first question, for the first prize, we are going to be asking you to go online on the Waterways website, www.mywaterways.org. So www.mywaterways.org. So mywaterways.org. When you scroll down, you'll find the Flowing Clean um, project at the towards the bottom of the page. When you click on the Flowing Clean project, you will see the charter and it says sign the charter. When you sign the charter, it will take you to the page on change.org for the Sufa River Charter for persons to sign. So the first person to call in and tell me how many persons have signed onto the charter will win the first prize. And I have a second question that will be going for the photography, the photo shoot with George Photography. So the lines are open. Let me call out the number again for those persons who would wish to call. It is 459-7885 or 459-7888 or 730-5388. You can also call the 730 number via WhatsApp, 730-5388 459-7885. And let's see if the lines are going to ring now. First prize up. If you tell me how many persons have signed onto the charter for the management of the Sufa River system online, you win the first prize. And then we go into the second prize, the second question. So the lines are open. Let's see who is going to be calling in to win any of those prizes. So while we wait for the lines to ring, let me just continue with some of what we have been doing, what we have been successful in doing. So far, we have done school meetings at Sufa Comprehensive and Sufa Primary, and we will be going to all the other schools to complete our school visits and to go to every single class to let the students know about the Flowing Clean project and how they can take part. We have also, as you have been hearing on the radio, as you have been listening, our jingle was produced by Arthur Ale, and we shot the music video for that, which will be launched very, very soon. The Sufa Action Theatre has put together a piece on the Flowing Clean project and talking about the history of Sufarians using the Sufa River, all the things, the animals that they used to see and catch in the Sufa River, river limes, going down to the river to wash, to clean, just for rebuilding the bassins, and talking about the state of the river right now, all the garbage that persons are seeing. And I'm going to make a special plea right now. As persons are getting ready, preparing their homes for this Christmas season, getting rid of old appliances that are no longer working and replacing the Marley and replacing the different items in their homes that they are bringing in brand new ones for. Please, please, please do not dump your garbage, your old appliances, your old used furniture into the Sufa River. Already, I have received 2 reports from different persons lamenting that garbage has begun popping up in the river from old couched, old cushions, and old refrigerator. Sufarians are imploring you with this project coming on, play your part. If it is not you and you know who did it, speak to them. If they are not willing to cooperate, you can contact us, contact the police, contact Solid Waste Management Authority. There's a anonymous line, a tip line for that, to report when you see persons dumping things in the river. The river is not a dumping ground. The river is not a place for garbage to be disposed of. Whatever we do on land affects the sea. And you might not see right away the impact that it is going to have on you as a human being, on your health. However, there will be an impact later down the line. And we are right now observing the impacts happening for pollution that happened decades ago. So your pollution today might not affect you today, but it will affect your grandchildren later down the line. We are already seeing microplastics in fish. So persons who are eating fish gut soup, you might very well be eating plastics. Small pieces of plastic that somebody dumped in the river or on the road decades ago has now broken down into very tiny pieces that the fish are swallowing, thinking that they're plankton, that they're small organisms that they feed on. And it stays inside their intestines. It stays in the gut. And when you eat fish gut soup, when you eat the intestines, or even in the gills of the fish, contaminating the flesh of the fish as well, we're beginning to see the impacts on human health. So we want to stop this behavior. Solid Waste has bulk waste pickup days. And we were also exploring the option of having a second bulk waste pickup for Soufrière that the project will sponsor, but that has not been confirmed. But Solid Waste has bulk waste pickup days once a month for every community. Place your garbage out, your bulk waste out on those days and not dump it into the Soufrière River. I want to again call on everybody. If it's not you doing it or your neighbor and you see something, say something. Don't leave it to chance. Don't leave it and say it's not in my backyard. The river doesn't affect me. It is affecting us. We are doing the research to see what the impacts are. And we will be letting you know what we find out in our results. So please, play your part. Look out for your neighbor. Speak to those persons who you see who are the few persons who are littering, who are illegally dumping garbage. And I want to call on persons, when you give somebody a job to take waste to the landfill, ask them to come back to you before you pay them with the slip from the landfill. Any truck that goes to the landfill to dispose of garbage receives a weight slip that says what the weight of the garbage is that they took. Don't pay them until they come back with that weight slip. And when Miss Crystal Smith Peter, the solid waste rep for Soufrière, for our zone, was on our show, she did make mention that there are a list of approved waste haulers, persons who are approved to take waste from any community and to take it to the landfill. That list is available on the solid waste website. So you can go there and see who are the persons who are approved to haul waste, to carry waste, to truck and transport garbage from Soufrière to the landfill. We just saw earlier this month that some lady paid a gentleman, in fact, overpaid him to truck garbage to the Deglo landfill for her. And somebody was driving along the road and found garbage dumped on the side of the road in Castries, in a part of Castries. And they were able to find the an address for her, and they were able to trace it back to her. And she came on Facebook and she made the comments that, but I paid this gentleman. She paid him. She paid the driver. The driver claims he gave the job to somebody else, and it's the other person who dumped the garbage. It is her responsibility and the truck driver's responsibility now to go and clean up the garbage that has been strewn all over the place. So when you are cleaning or clearing up a home and you pay somebody to truck and transport garbage, all I am asking is that you do not pay the driver until they come back to you with that slip from the landfill, from Deglo or from Viewfort, saying on approving that they did dump the garbage at the landfill and not anywhere. Because this happened to my family as well a number of years ago, where we paid somebody to dump garbage for us, a few truckloads, and he showed us that he was driving up Church Street, and we never even looked to see where he went after that. He was supposed to have taken the garbage to Viewfort landfill. And a couple weeks, well, not even a couple weeks, a couple days later, my aunt received a call claiming that she was going to be held responsible for garbage that was dumped at Bouton. So the truck driver that we paid, in fact, overpaid, went up Church Street, then turned down on Upper High Street and went to Bouton and dumped the garbage that we paid him to take to Viewfort, dumped it off the cliff in Bouton. So to avoid that from happening, we were asking persons, if you're paying somebody to truck garbage for you, before you pay them, ensure that they come back with this slip from the landfill, which indicates that they did dump the garbage at the landfill. And that slip would belong to you. They would have to give you that slip. We are now going to continue. Let me call out the numbers because nobody has called in. The numbers to call in to win the prize: 4597885, 4597888, and 7305388. If you can tell me how many persons have signed on to the charter online, if you just Google Charter for the Management of the Soufriere River System, Flowing Clean Charter, or change.org, you should be able to get the link as well. And tell me how many persons have signed on to the charter to win the prize. And maybe this one is a little bit challenging because it's asking for too much. Let me ask persons. The second question for photo shoot with George Photography. If you can call in and name 4 animals that are found in the Soufriere River, 4 native animals that are found in the Soufriere River, in English or in Creole, you will win a photo shoot with George Photography. And anybody who has seen the skit put on by the Soufriere Action Theatre, you would hear Tonton listing out a whole bunch of animals that persons would find in the Soufriere River. So if you can call and name 4 animals found in the Soufriere River, it could be fish, it could be birds, it could be eels. Give me the names in English or in Creole. You will win a photo shoot with George Photography. And for the first prize, if you can call in and tell me how many persons have signed onto the charter online, you will win a gift voucher to Gourmet Restaurant. And the numbers once again, 4597885, 7305388. You can call on WhatsApp, or 4597888. You can call in for your chance to win any one of those prizes. The other things that the project has been able to achieve, we have trained 13 persons who are now certified drone pilots. We procured a drone that we have started using to map the Soufriere area. And we have mapped the entire Soufriere waterfront and other parts of the Soufriere watershed. Our goal is for us to map the entire watershed from Bouton down to Fongelib area and to have a very high resolution map. And we have somebody on the line. Good morning.
Hi, good
You're on the
morning.
air.
I just tuned in on Facebook and you did ask a question about animals found in the Soufriere River.
Yes. Can you tell me?
I'm just calling to give it a try.
Go ahead.
I would say fishes.
I want the names of the fish, though.
Oh, their names.
You can tell me the names in either Creole or in English.
Uh, eel.
We do have several species of eels. Do you know any of the names in Creole? So eels, yes, but we have several species of eels. I'm helping you here now.
I'm not really good in the Creole. Eel is called Kong.
Okay, so Kong is in the sea, but the Kong is an eel that is found in the sea. So I'll give you eel, and if you can tell me the names of the fish or some birds that are found in the Soufrière River.
But eels. Sorry. I would say tilapia.
We'll do have tilapia. Yes, very good, very good. That's one of them.
I would say water bird.
So we do have a
Like
water.
egret. Egret.
We do have egrets, and egrets are one of the water birds. Very good. So that's 3. And there are several species of egrets. So if you could think of the names of the egret, that would even help you, and you would be able to get all 4 right away.
Herons. Is it herons? No?
We do have herons. All right, so I will give it to you. So for the egrets, there's cattle egret, there's snowy egret, there's green heron and the little blue heron. And for the eel, there's zanji, there's jaga. And for fish, there's mealy, there's quite a few zodome. So congratulations to you, young lady. You have just won yourself a photo shoot, compliments of George Photography. And can I have your name?
Nasha Dennis.
Okay. Can I ask you to WhatsApp your contact information to 730-5388?
730-5388. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
And give me your name before you go offline again.
Nasha Dennis.
Nasha Dennis. N-A-S-H-A?
Yes, I'm listening all the way up north. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Congratulations to you, Nasha. And please go and sign on to our charter and share the charter with your friends and family as well to sign. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful Christmas season.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. So we have our first winner, Nasha Dennis, who has won herself a photo shoot, compliments George Photography. And Nasha, you will WhatsApp your information to 730-5388 for you to get your voucher with George Photography. And our second prize is still up for grabs, a gift voucher to Gourmet Restaurant. And if anybody could go online, mywaterways.org, you will see the link for Flowing Clean, and then you click on the charter. Tell me how many persons have signed the Flowing Clean Charter online right now. The numbers to call 459-7885, 730-5388, and 459-7888 for our second prize. And we have 2 more minutes left on the show before we have to end. And our final show for the year will be next week, just before Christmas, and we will be coming with some additional prizes for persons. And I'm going to make them questions related to the Flowing Clean project. So if you go on our website, keep that on your phone, on your saved link, a saved tab on your phone, so that when we call, you can tell me the answers right away. I am waiting to see if the phone lines will be ringing for anybody to try for the second one. I think this one has posed a challenge for most persons. Nobody's prepared to go online to see how many persons have signed on to the charter. And if you have not signed on to the charter, please do so. We are still collecting signatures until we get to 4,000 signatures for us to submit the charter to the district rep and to the cabinet of ministers. So the numbers to call 459-7885, 459-7888, or 730-5388. You can call on WhatsApp as well. If anybody can tell me how many persons have signed on to the charter for the management of the Soufrière River system, you will win this second prize. And tune in next week for some bigger and better prizes next week, compliments of the Flowing Clean project. I am not seeing anybody The line's not ringing. Next week, get yourselves ready. Listeners, get yourselves ready for the prizes because I will be sending you online. Oh, I have the line. Somebody's on the line. Good
Hello, good day.
morning to
Good
you.
morning.
Good morning, listener. How are you doing this morning?
I'm okay.
All right. Do you want to go ahead and try and tell me how many persons have signed onto the charter?
340.
Wonderful. Congratulations. Finally, somebody goes onto the website and gives me the correct number.
Thank you.
340 persons have signed onto the charter for the management of the Sufe River system. And your name is?
Dana Prevo.
Dana Prevo.
Yes.
Thank you very, very much, Dana. And do you live in Sufe?
Yes.
All right. So you could come to the Sufe Foundation or no, just go to GAMI. And I will speak to Melissa and let her know that Dana Prevo is going to be coming in to claim her voucher. You know where GAMI is, right? And we have lost the caller. So Dana, if you are listening, you can go to GAMI, Dana Prevo. You can go to GAMI to collect your gift voucher for your prize at GAMI Restaurant. And this takes us to the end of our show. It's now 11:31. Thank you to all the listeners who joined in and join me next week for some prizes, Christmas promotion on our Flowing Clean project. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you all next week, Tuesday, same time.